Thank you for coming, ladies. I don't enjoy the amount of paperwork that suddenly looms in my future.
I feel like I know exactly why you called this meeting.
Is it that obvious?
I mean, we've also been discussing exactly how to handle the present situation.
Come up with anything?
We were kinda waiting for you to let us know what the agency wants to do with her.
The agency doesn't know about this.
You didn't tell them?
No, I didn't. The situation is complicated. It's similar to Mina's case with Yulia being considered legally dead and reviving some of her victims, but not all. The civilians lost during the Boleslava attack are still gone and will likely remain so. And her crimes went far beyond a single incident. Years of criminal activity, theft, terrorism, mental anguish. There's a long list. On the flip side, she did save the world. The question, therefore, is whether or not we can overlook all the harm she caused based on the fact that the ends justified the means.
Did they justify the means, though?
I mean, we're no longer under constant attack by ghosts, so...
But the Eternal Strife was only able to do what they did because of Yulia's unethical research.
But they stole that from her. She never intended for any of it to be used in that way.
Well, you've all been directly affected by Yulia in the past. What are your personal takes?
I don't think I'm capable of looking at this through an unbiased lens. I'm glad she brought Des back, but she died in the first place because of her. And what she put me through with Daytona, it's hard to overlook all that. But at the same time, she went out of her way to save my daughters. Houston and Austin both told me she guided them out of the Eternal Strife's fortress to make sure they were safe. To accomplish her goal, she could have just as easily killed them. But she didn't. So, I just don't know.
I almost died because of her little cloning my mother stunt. But also, had she not done that, I never would have gotten my mom back. Granted, that was Mina's action, not Yulia's, but Yulia's story isn't so dissimilar from Mom's. The only difference is that I'm alive, and Nadezhda wasn't. I can only imagine what Mom would have done in Yulia's shoes.
Her motivation and trauma should be considered, I think. Back in Cold Throne, I always thought of her as a maniac and a danger to everyone around her. But with the context we have now, a lot of it makes sense. Had I lost any of my girls and not been told about it for decades, being led on with the false promise of seeing them again, I would have lost my mind too.
And Nadezhda's feelings should be taken into account. That little girl faced death herself for all of us. I hesitate to hurt her by taking her mother away again.
Tichka wouldn't be happy either, but then again, death would never have come here if not for Yulia's experiments.
But can that even be blamed on her? How could she possibly expect the literal Grim Reaper to appear? Even Yulia could never have predicted that.
It's a difficult case. You three can clearly see my predicament. And we haven't heard from every victim in this room right now.
What? Why is everyone looking at me?
Spider, you can chime in if you wish. You were taken advantage of by Yulia.
To an extent, yes. But I also feel I hold some of the responsibility for that. It was my vendetta, ultimately. She just found it convenient for her own purposes. The only part of that mess that wasn't me was the bomb. That was all her.
Right. She almost blew up half the state with that little stunt.
And threw a space station at us.
Okay. Let me think. I need some time. Why don't you ladies head out for a bit? Come back in an hour and I'll have something by then.
You sure we can't help?
No, I just need silence to really digest how to proceed.
Checkmate.
What? Again? Goodness, I see how you defeated death now, sweetie.
Everyone has been saying I got your smarts.
And I couldn't be prouder.
Mother, do you think they'll let you out of here?
It's hard to say.
I don't fully understand. Everyone had been telling me you saved the world, Mom. What did you do that was so bad?
Petichka, how much did you and the others tell her about my past?
I admit we left a lot out. I'm sorry, sister, we didn't want you to think badly of Mom or yourself.
Myself?
Nadezhda, losing you was easily the worst thing that ever happened to me, and I moved heaven and earth to bring you back. I spat in the face of death, of the natural order, and to save the world I did things that many would think of as unforgivable. In my mind, it was worth it to preserve life on the planet, but it was still wrong. I won't pretend that there wasn't a time where I found it easy to do horrible things when it suited me. For that, the only just thing is to accept punishment.
But does that mean I'm only here because of people you hurt?
No, not at all. I took no lives to revive you, sweetie. This I promise. I stole things, used people, but I didn't kill anyone for that. Lives were, however, lost in my saving the world activities. Not all of them I can bring back.
Sister, we all love you very much. No one blames you for any of this.
Indeed, the responsibility is mine, not yours.
I see.
I have done some thinking, and come up with nothing. But Spider had a suggestion.
Oh,
Well, let's hear it.
We handle this like a proper court would. Yulia will stand trial. Spectre will act as the judge, but you three will represent a sort of council. We'll have the two sides of the argument present evidence and, in a more organized manner, decide what the appropriate action should be.
I mean, are we really qualified to do that?
Like I said, the agency doesn't know about this. I'm keeping everything off the books. We can do whatever we want.
In my mind, it's the fairest way to go about this. If we turn her in, she'll never see the light of day again. But if we hear the arguments in a clear way, we can decide a more reasonable solution.
I don't suppose we've considered the probation idea?
Yulia's crimes go far beyond the actions of anyone who's been on that program. I just don't know.
Well, I don't think it's a bad idea. But who will handle presenting the arguments?
We already have a volunteer for the defense.
A trial? You're joking.
I assure you I am quite serious.
And you're assisting me with my defense.
I am.
But why?
I have my reasons.
You always do. But you don't have any courtroom experience.
Neither does the prosecution.
What are my chances?
Honestly, not great, not terrible.
Was that a Chernobyl reference?
It was.
Wonderful.
The court will come to order. I, Azrael Spectre, will act as the judge of the accused. Generals Dallas and Schuyler and Colonel Aurora sit on the council and will decide the accused's fate. Will the accused please rise and raise her right hand? Yulia Matushka. Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Excellent. You may be seated. The prosecution may call their first witness.
The prosecution moves to declare the accused guilty on the grounds that they are a filthy communist.
What?
But I'm not a communist.
You're a Soviet plane commie.
Buffy, not only is there no current evidence presented that Yulia is a filthy communist, but being a communist is not actually a crime.
Yes, it is.
Why, again, is Buffy serving as our mock prosecution?
She volunteered.
And you didn't think Yulia being Russian might have been a sign that Buffy could be biased?
I mean, she's supposed to present arguments for her being guilty, so...
Your motion is denied, Buffy. Call your first witness.
Fine. I would like to call Morrigan Blackbird to the stand. Lady Morrigan, please describe the events of June 11th, 2024.
I assume you refer to the space station incident?
Oh, crap.
Did you really think they weren't going to bring that up?
Please tell me you prepared a solid defense for this.
I strongly suggest you plead the fifth.
Seriously.
When we realized the severity of the situation, I planned to carry a bomb and lay it in the path of the station. But that's not what happened.
Lady Enterprise tricked myself and Dallas into assisting in her plan to ram the station. We didn't know until it was too late that she was going to sacrifice her life to stop it.
And then there was a kaboom! A massive, amazing, horrific, Enterprise-shattering kaboom!
So first she was like, I'll help you with your revenge. And then later she was like, oh, by the way, that base I gave you is actually a massive bomb.
I got shot by a cyborg. That wasn't fun.
All my instruments were toast and I hit the ground at terminal velocity.
Couldn't pull up, so I slammed into the cliff.
Watch two sisters die. One for the second time. I was not okay.
She almost shot me with a railgun.
She did, in fact, shoot me with a railgun.
There were a lot of railguns. Later, she wanted me to shoot her to stop Balislava. I didn't, and she escaped.
Once I even saw her not wash her hands after using the bathroom.
What? I don't even know this person.
Wait a minute. Penelope, I didn't call you as a witness.
Chaos, chaos!
This is a disaster.
Relax, it's our turn now.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how screwed am I?
13. But give me some time to bring that number down a bit.
Yeah, good luck.
Your Honor and High Council, the defense would like to call Lady Space Shuttle Enterprise to the stand. Lady Enterprise, previous witnesses testified that you sacrificed your life to stop the Cold Throne space station from leveling the city.
Yes, that is correct.
Yet here you sit before us, alive.
I am.
How is that possible?
As I understand it, it is because Yulia revived me.
Indeed. So Yulia made an attempt to fix the damage she caused during the space station incident.
I suppose so, yes.
Thank you, no further questions. Miss Des Moines, you said you died, yes?
Correct.
And you live now. Why?
Because mad scientists got a mad science, I guess.
Can you be more specific?
Yulia brought me back.
Miss Mina, we have you on record as having died, yes?
Yes, and before you ask, yes, I only live because Yulia brought me back. But that was not out of the goodness of her heart.
Oh?
You were there, Kat. This is all ridiculous.
Just humor us.
Whatever. I was treated as her servant before I busted Dallas out.
Indeed. But that was all under direct orders from Cold Throne, right?
I'm not sure, honestly.
Objection. What do orders from filthy commies have to do with this?
If Yulia had not been acting of her own accord, it puts the actions into different context. Additionally, all members of Cold Throne were pardoned or allowed to remain free. If their actions in the organization were overlooked, why not Yulia's?
Overruled. Continue.
As I understand it, Yulia was employed by Cold Throne at that time, yes.
Thank you. No further questions. Lady Louisa, thank you for joining us. Now, you died in World War I, is that right?
That is correct, and yes, Yulia brought me back.
Why did she do that?
She needed my skills to help fight the eternal strife.
And you were present in the final battle.
I was.
What was your assessment of Yulia in that moment?
Slightly crazy, very demanding, and the bravest woman I've ever seen.
She sacrificed her life to save the world, right?
She did, and without hesitation. She did it because it needed done. She did not flinch or retreat. She saved us all, knowing many would go on hating her.
Yulia is your adoptive mother, right?
And she is.
What would you say about her as a mother?
As a mother? Well, she took care of me, protected me. Anything I needed, she got.
And what was the nature of your sister's death?
An accident, I believe, but it was hidden from Mother while the KGB forced her to do their bidding.
And she did many things to bring her back?
Yes, some things were unethical but necessary.
And did she stop caring for you during that time?
No, not at all. Mother always made sure I was safe right up until the end.
I see. Thank you. One last piece of evidence. This is a CIA file put together based on an investigation into Yulia's KGB activities. It shows that Yulia was always acting under their orders, and that many of the atrocities were not even her doing at all. She merely absorbed the blame. With that, the defense rests.
Understood. The council will meet with me in the back to discuss our decision.
Well, what do we think?
I think this all sucks.
Agreed.
You want to go over the evidence again?
No, all we've been doing with that is going around in circles.
Yeah. Yulia is just such a difficult case. It's not just any one thing, and—
Wait!
Huh?
Nadezhda, what are you doing back here?
Please don't send my mom away.
Sweetie, we're trying to figure out something to avoid that.
But you won't, will you?
It's difficult.
I know she's done a lot of bad things. But she's still my mother. Please, compromise or something. Anything but sending her away.
Great. Now what?
We knew she'd be upset.
Compromise.
Aurora, you think of something?
Yes, actually, hear me out.
The council has finished deliberating. All rise. It is the finding of the council that Yulia Matushka is guilty of all charges.
No, saw that coming.
And the sentence is life.
Mother.
In the custody of—
I'm sorry, Yulia.
You did your best, Kat.
the Sanctuary Museum of Technology.
Huh?
What?
Wait, but
Does that mean—
Yulia, you're to remain under the authority of the museum. You'll be permitted to contribute to its ongoing stability and, in time, be permitted whatever privileges the museum staff allows.
But that doesn't sound like a punish, erg.
My client finds these terms very severe but understands she deserves such a harsh punishment.
Oh, I'm sure. Also, she'll be assigned a resident for guard purposes. With good behavior, this condition will be lifted.
Who is that going to be?
Hi there.
Oh no.
I am so excited. You have no idea.
I believe I have some idea.
You'll get to help me and your daughter in the lab. It'll be fun.
Well, I suppose.
Also, we'll listen to music.
No.
Nadezhda, turn it up, little one.
Sure thing, I love this song.
You seriously expose my daughter to your brain rot.
I might have done that, yes.
You're a monster.
I've been called worse.
Moscow.
Oh my god.